screen. Now, remember, guys, before we can do anything, we're going to remember that our angle over here, which has been represented by theta, we call this theta. Okay, this is theta. It stands for the angle, whatever the angle is. We're going to figure out what the angle is today, and we're going to get used to using this kind of stuff. So we're going to be using our calculators quite a lot today. So I hope you guys are ready with your calculators. All right. Can somebody give me an answer, even if it's in the chat, of sine theta? Now, remember, guys, if this is my theta, the side right next to my theta is called my adjacent side. Adjacent. The side all the way on the other side over there, this is called my opposite. And the side that is opposite my right angle, this is my hypotenuse. And then in order for us to figure out what sine of theta is going to be, we need to remember that beautiful word that we learned last week called SOHCAHTOA. And we know that the SOH over here stands for sine, which is what we're actually looking for right now. And sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay. Yes, Reatile says, ma'am, can I do the equation? Absolutely. Please put your hand up so that I can unmute you, and then you can do that for me. All right, and then this one over here, this is cos or cosine. Cos is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, Funzo, you are 100% on the money. And TOA over here stands for tan or tangent, is opposite over adjacent. Okay, and it just means we need to follow all these opposite adjacents and things that are going on over here. Hi, Puseletso. We're just doing these two questions. Funzo, how are you?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, my sweetie. Hi. Do you want to answer these questions for me?
Yes, for sin.
Yes, let's do sin or sine. Okay, tell me what it's going to be.
So, sine Q is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Then
Good.
sine Q is equal to 4 over 6.
Ooh, 4 over, what is the value for
4 over 5. 4 over 5.
Good, yes, it's 4 over 5. Good, excellent. All right, so 4 over 5 is my answer for sine. You did that so beautifully, Funzo. Thank you so much. That's the answer I was looking for. Okay, very, very well done. Reatile, do you want to do cosine for me? Let's do cos together. Okay, now remember what cos is. First, tell me cos.
Ma'am?
Yes, what is cos?
Cos is equals to
There it is, there.
opposite divided by adjacent.
Oh no, that's tan. We're looking for cos. Remember, cos is the ka. It's K-A-H. Cos is going to be, what does the A stand for? Ooh, did we forget already? A stands for, if you're a bit stuck,
Adjacent.
have a look. Good, it stands for adjacent. Adjacent over H is?
Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse, good. So my cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, tell me, Reatile, what is the number where my adjacent side to theta is? What is the number there?
3.
Good, so my adjacent is going to be 3 over, what is my hypotenuse side?
5.
Good, there we go. You got that correctly. That's it. Cos of theta is 3 over 5. Okay. Okay, we just need to remember the rules, Reatile. It's very important that we remember the SOHCAHTOA. We're going to be doing a lot of them today, though. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Very, very well done. Muteo, do you want to do the last one for me? Let's do tan. Zintle, I know you want tan. I have many, many other ones that you can try for me. All right, Muteo, let's go. What is my tan again? Tan is?
Opposite over adjacent.
Beautiful. Opposite over adjacent. And this is equal to, what is my opposite
4,
side?
4 over 3.
Beautiful. full, just mwah. Excellent. And you did that so beautifully. Very, very well done, Mateo. Thank you, my sweetie. All right. Okay. Your calculator. We're going to be doing a lot of calculator work. So if you don't have your calculator, you've got the next 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you guys 1 minute as the rest of us tackle this kind of question. All right. So this is a bonus question, and they like to ask questions like these, especially in exams. All right. We know that this is a triangle. It's not that difficult. If I make this a 90-degree triangle, this makes this a right-angled triangle. Now, if I said to you guys that this part of my triangle was 40 degrees, what would this side of my triangle be equal to? You can put it in the chat. Okay, let me know, what is this side of the triangle equal to? Mateo says 90. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Funzo says 40. Ooh, okay. I'm going to remind the rest of us who are giving me weird answers in the chat that we know that when we add up all the 3 interior angles of a triangle, they need to equal to something. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 need to equal 180 degrees, right? Now, we already know that this part over here will give us 90 degrees, 90 degrees plus 40 degrees. So I know that I want 180 on the inside here. I've already got 90 and 40. How much do I have that's missing? That's it, Riatile and Zudin. You guys have got the right idea. I know many of you have already given me the correct answer. It's true. So we just need to make sure. Michael, you can't give me 4 answers. You need to give me 1 answer. Just 1. Okay, that's it, Nombulelo. We know that this missing angle that we've got over here is actually going to give us 50 degrees. Okay. Now, this concept sounds very simple. Okay, it sounds very simple. Now, because this is a right-angled triangle, we can already from the jump take out the fact that this is 90 degrees. Okay, we can take that out because we already know that in a right-angled triangle, we're going to have 90 degrees over here. So what I can actually do is I can say that this angle over here plus that angle over there are going to give me the other 90 degrees of my triangle. So again, I'm still going to get 50 degrees over here. 40 degrees plus 50 degrees makes perfect sense. Now, how do we actually get to that? If this was a mathematical equation, I would do this. I would go, oh, no, don't delete that. Okay, I would go 40 degrees plus x is equal to 90 degrees. And then I would take my 40 degrees over to the other side of the equal sign, and I would get x is equal to 90 degrees minus 40 degrees. Okay, therefore, x is equal to 50 degrees. Now, give me a thumbs up if you guys understand what I just did. Does everybody understand why I took away the 180? Does everybody understand why I made it 90 instead of 180? Excellent. That's why. That's what I was hoping for. Hi, Nolwazi.
Hey, ma'am.
Hi, my sweetie.
I'm struggling with the previous class. You said I should try watching them, and I'm struggling with. Hi, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to do a couple more of them today. Okay, so don't stress. We're going to do a couple more of them today.
I'm saying I'm with the previous class. Ma'am?
Yes.
You remember you said I should watch the previous classes and
Yes.
try all the quizzes.
Mm-hmm. So is
I
it a
think
particular topic that you're still struggling with?
I can't watch the previous classes because when I open the video, at first it's all clear, then all of a sudden it becomes blurred.
Oh, okay. All right. Teacher Nels, could I ask you, okay, Teacher Nelly's gonna DM you now. So can you have a chat up with her about that in the chat section? Okay, you guys will DM each other, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right, excellent. All right, so you can go continue with that. All right, I do see a couple of thumbs down. Tlinga, what happened? What's up?
Hey, ma'am.
Hi, my sweetie.
So ma'am, I just joined the class now and I was not here on Monday because we had something going on at school. And now,
Mhm.
ma'am, I just wanna like make sure why is it 90 instead of like, you know.
Okay, so Klinger, remember this is a triangle, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And we know that the interior angles of a triangle are going to give us how much? If I add them all up, they'll give me
180.
excellent 180. But now I'm telling you, Klinger, that this is a right-angled triangle. And we know that in a right-angled triangle, we're always going to get one angle that is exactly how many degrees?
90 degrees, ma'am.
90 degrees. So when I'm calculating for this angle over here in a right angle triangle, I don't have to consider this one because I already know that the right angled triangle has an angle that is 90 degrees. So when I want to calculate for this 50 degrees, I'm only going to look at 40 plus 50. That will give me the other 90 degrees that I need.
Oh, okay, okay.
Get what I've done
Thank you.
here?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. All right. Okay, Adivaho is saying, how did we get 50? Adivaho, remember that the interior angles of a triangle are equal to 180. Add all these three up, you'll see that my answer is 50. Okay, now I want you guys to think about what just happened over here. And I want us to do this. Okay, we know that this square over here means this is 90 degrees. So we're not going to consider it. We already know that it's 90 degrees. Okay, we already know that it's 90 degrees. If I make this angle over here 30 degrees, okay, I can then do this. Instead of calculating to 180 degrees, because I already know that I've got 90 degrees here, it doesn't matter. I just know that this angle and this angle are going to give me 90 degrees when they are together. So I'm going to get 30 degrees plus, we're going to call this angle X, plus angle X is equal to 90 degrees. I don't have to consider this one because I already know that it's 90 degrees. Okay, I'm already minusing this 90 degrees from 180. Okay, I've already minused it. Okay, Melissa, I'll do that in just a bit. Okay, so if I had to do this algebraically and I have to move things around, I'm going to take my 30 degrees over to the other side and I'm going to get X is equal to 90 degrees minus 30 degrees. Therefore, X is equal to 60 degrees. Okay, can I get a thumbs up again? Does everybody understand how I got to this point?
I have a question, Teacher Coco.
Yes, ma'am.
If you do this, would you, let's say you were asked to calculate the unknown angle
Mhm.
and you have to give a statement and a reason to get 4 marks. Will you get the 4 marks if you use the 90 degrees instead of the 180?
Yes, except what you'd have to say, you'd say angles or sum of, you'd have to say sum of angles in an RHS triangle, in a right hand, in a right, what do you call it again? A right angled triangle. That's it, equals 180 degrees. Okay, so you can use the 90 as long as you're explaining that it's in a right angled triangle, because they'll understand that you've already taken the 90 degrees out. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, excellent. Now, I'm glad we're all understanding what's happening because this is easy enough, but I would never just leave it there because what we've done now is like grade 8 work. We can't do grade 8 work in grade 10. Okay, here's my next question. Okay, if this angle over here, this angle is theta, what is this angle going to equal? Oh, Kama's like so yeeky. Okay, she'll message you now, Nolwazi, just hold on. Okay, it's opposite, yes, but think about what we've just done. Okay, think about what we've just done. When this was a number, when this was like 40 degrees, we said, and this was X, we don't know what X is, right? We said that these two angles together need to add up to 100 and not 180. They need to add up to 90 degrees. So I can go theta plus, that's it. Eunice, you're a whole princess. Theta plus x, because the x is what we don't know. The x is what we want, is equal to 90 degrees, right? Now, if I want to solve for x, guys, comma, what am I going to do with this theta? Theta is an angle. We don't know what the angle is.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with this theta? What am I going to do with it?
So, ma'am, wouldn't you? Oh, so wouldn't you sub in the value unless we don't have that yet?
We don't have a value. We don't have a value.
We don't have a value yet.
Mhm. But I want to make x the subject of my formula. So what can I do with theta?
Oh, ma'am, you'd say theta minus 90, I'm guessing, is equal to x.
Ooh, or maybe
X
the
is equal to 90 minus theta.
That's it. Beautiful. I'm going to take that to the other side, and therefore my x will equal to 90 degrees.
90 minus theta.
Minus theta. Oh, not minus x, minus theta.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I'm very surprised that
You,
you don't
Nomaza. I'm
notice
like,
my voice.
who is Kama? This is not you. It's Nomaza. Oh, are you actually?
Ma'am, this is my actual name. My mother changed it because she didn't like hearing her name everywhere.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Don't worry about
In
it.
my defense, I didn't know. In my defense, I didn't know. Welcome, Kama. It's so great to meet you for the first time. Thank you for joining us. Excellent. Okay. All right. Michael is finally getting it. Do you see how we got there, Kama? It's not that difficult at all. Ndiebo, what's up?
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
for the pizza, ma'am, it doesn't seem like it's a constant, but why do you have to swap it out? Why do you have to transpose it?
Why do we transpose it? Because I want x to be the subject of my formula. If I want to have x on this side by itself, what do I need to do with theta?
We have to transpose it to, in
We
order
have to transpose it so that x is on its own on this side. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Excellent. Okay. It doesn't necessarily, it's like when we were doing literal equations, guys, we're not going to get actual answers. My answers are going to have thetas and x's and y's in it. But the point is I'm looking for the unknown angle. Hi, Shaden.
Hi, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Ma'am, I just want to know, will theta ever equal to something?
Yes, it will. But remember, when we're working with sine, cos, and tan, we're going to get a number 3, 4, and 5. We have to take these ratios and figure out what the angle is. Okay, that's why for now, we are just going to call it theta because we don't know what the actual answer for the angle is. Sometimes you'll find, Shaden, in your class that instead of writing theta, your teacher will just write x. And then
So it's not the x, you must find the value of
yes, it's
basically the angle.
just that my answer over here will be in degrees because it's an angle. That's all.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Theta is
does.
just some angle. We could call it A or B or whatever. It's just that it's going to be written in, the answer will be in degrees.
Oh, I just thought maybe like the 90, like you see that square obviously means 90. The square in the triangle means 90. I thought maybe that theta means something, a number, angle. I don't know.
No, not at all. Okay, in this case, it's because we're in a right angled triangle that we know that the square means theta. Theta is what we're calculating for. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, guys. Okay, we've got to move on. I hope everybody's got their calculator ready. Okay. I need everybody to give me a thumbs up in the chat if you've got your calculator ready and we're ready to go. That's it, Eunice. Awesome. Excellent, guys. Excellent. So we're going to be learning how to use our calculators. If you don't know how to use the scientific calculator yet, it does many, many magical things. Okay, Kama has an ask. Okay, we're going to take your question quickly.
So, ma'am, so I know I just answered it, but did we just make x the subject?
That's it. Yes. So this angle over here, if this angle is theta, this one over here is 90 minus theta. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Period.
All right. Okay, guys. So we're going to do some calculator work. You're going to go into your calculator and you're going to click. You'll see that your calculator has 3 buttons. 3 buttons, sine, cos, and tan. And if any of you have a calculator that looks like mine, I have this fancy new one, this nice one, because one of my students broke mine and they bought me a new one. He broke my calculator, so he bought me one, and I have a nice fancy one. All right, so the first thing we're going to do before we do anything is we're going to make sure that at the very top, okay, written in like monotone colors, that there is a small d that is colored in, like it looks like that, but it's almost like it's grayed out in parts. I'm going to try and draw it really big. Okay, make sure that there's a small d like this. Okay. Guys, the art is not arting. Oh, teacher knows, what am I doing? No, I'm doing it correctly. I'm doing it correctly. Okay, so it looks like this. No, it's the exact same calculator that you guys get for school. Okay, it's exactly the same one. I have to have the same one so that I can help my students as well. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, I need you guys to make sure that you've got that D colored in at the top, because if you don't, and maybe you have something like an R colored in, your answer is not going to give us, your calculator isn't going to give you answers in degrees. It's going to give you answers in radians. And we don't want that, because radians are something completely different. Okay, so if it says D, or if it doesn't say D, you then need to go to click, you need to go click on mode. There's a button at the top that says mode. Oh, why am I lying? Shift mode. We need to click shift mode. Okay, shift and then mode, and then you'll see that there'll be a button. There'll be like a number over here, dot, dot, and then it will say DEG. You need to go click on the button that's in front. My calculator says that it's 3 dot dot DEG. So on my calculator, I would click 3. I would click the button 3, and then the degrees will be picked. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do before we start this whole exercise. All right, from here, I want you guys then, let me not. Okay, I want you to go to your calculator if it's got that. Type in sine, and as soon as you type in sine, this is what your calculator is going to do. It's going to put up sine, and then it's going to open a bracket. And then inside the bracket, you're going to go 30, and you can't leave it like this. What you need to go and do is click on the close bracket button and then equals. Okay, tell me what answer we get in the chat while I take Kama's question. Beautiful.
Ma'am, I wanted to answer the first one. Someone already answered it.
Okay,
It's
okay.
It was one
All
over
right.
2.
Do the second one for me. All right, do the second. Let's do the second one. All right, so this one says 2 cos 85. So what you're going to do, Kama, is you're going to go on your calculator and type in 2 times, and then click cos. The calculator is going to open.
Yeah.
85. Close bracket.
One problem. Just one problem.
Yes.
My calculator's not here.
Hi, whoa. Nah, fam. We did not come to a maths lesson without a calculator.
No, ma'am. I lent it to a friend who was writing their maths test today, and I didn't get it back because I was super busy.
Okay, well, that was super generous of you, but okay, we're going to have to hear answers from other people today. I know why you know the answer for sine 13. It's because it's a sine 13, it's because it's a special angle, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
and also
good.
it's super easy to memorize because sine 30 is always a half.
Yeah. And cos 60 is always.
Is it not 2? Is not like the surge thingy 2 and then like over 2 as well?
Cos of sine of 30 and cos of 60 are the same answer.
Are the same thing.
Sine of 30 is a half, cos of 60 is a half.
Is a half.
The one you're thinking of is sine of 60, which is root 2 over 2. But we're going to get to all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll get there. Don't stress. Okay, I'm going to ask questions of other people. I'm going to ask them to help me here. Okay?
Thanks, ma'am.
Sure. All right, Adivaho, can you give me the answer for the second one? 2 cos 85. How much do you get?
Okay, let me check. It's cos 85 brackets
Let's type it on your calculator. 2 times cos of 85 close brackets equals.
Oh, I have to say 2 times.
2 times. And I think Zudine and everybody in the chat's got the right answer for us.
Ma'am, it's giving me a very long number.
It is. That's the number I'm looking for, but I want you to round it off to 2 decimal places for me.
Round it to 2 decimal places.
Yes. So it's going to be 0,
0, 2 decimal places. It's
so
0,
2 numbers after the comma. 0,
it's 0,
1.
0, 164.
Ooh, I don't know how we got 6. Is there not a 174?
No, I think, oh, when it changes, it's when the third number is over 5, right?
Yes. So this will stay 1,0,17 because the next number is 4 and it won't change 7 to anything. Okay. So it stays as 0,17. Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Understand.
All right. Awesome stuff. Okay. Lihle, if your calculator is giving you 0,466, you need to check if you're in radians or in degrees. All right. Shaden, what do you think we're going to do with the sine squared 50?
Sorry, ma'am. I went all the way to number 4, but we're gonna do sine squared.
Yes.
Ma'am, how do I put sine squared in the calculator?
That's a good question. All right. So we're going to talk about this. Sine squared 50, Shaden, actually is the same thing as if I was going to write sine of 50 all squared. Now, what that means I need to do on my calculator is I need to first put in sine of 50 equals, and then get an answer for that. And then whatever answer I get, I'm going to square that in my calculator. Okay, so give me what is sine of 50 rounded to 2 decimal places?
Yeah, it's giving me a long number, but if you round it off, ma'am, if to round it off to 2 decimal places now, so if the number is over 5, and then
yeah, so it's going to be
it'll
0,
be
7. 6 is going to change 6.
6 is gonna change to 7.
Into 7.
7.
Yeah, so we're going to get 0,77. And then you're going to click the button, go to your calculator, code 0,67 squared. Give me an answer.
0. It's 0,5929.
Good. I'm just going to stop at 0,59. There's no need for that. Stop. Okay, so we need to remember that if it says sine squared of something, we need to find the sine of the answer and then square the answer. Okay, that is something that comes up quite often, guys. So I need you guys to remember that. If it says sine squared or cos squared, find sine of the answer, square it, or find cos of the answer and square it. Okay, TJ, let's do this one over here. For those of you who've already done 4, go ahead and do 5. Hi, TJ. Hello, TJ. Oh, okay. TJ is not speaking. We're going to come back to you, TJ. Trevor, do you want to do number 4 for me?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, my sweetie.
I actually wanted to ask about number 3.
Yes, number 3.
Okay, ma'am. So isn't that we got 0,77, then we said squared, right?
Yes.
And then you got 0,5929. So after writing it like that, are we going to still round it off, or you just gonna write the second? It's just gonna write the 2 numbers after the comma.
we're just going to write these two numbers after the comma. That's the convention, okay? Most of the time, we don't really care about the decimals. And as we go on in trigonometry, we won't be using the decimals. Okay.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Excellent. All right. So now she's gone, and I was going to make her answer number 4 for me. Ndebo, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. All right. What are we going to get for tan of 60 plus 50?
So you say, so I'm gonna get. So first I get 2 to the square to the root of 3.
Okay. Give me that answer. This, by the way, guys, this is 10 of 75. And if you're not muted, guys, please make sure that you mute.
And then the answer is 3.73.
Okay. Just hold on. Give me that number that you got at the beginning. You said that there was something funky about it. 10 of 75 is equal to. It said 2 plus the square root of 3. Yes?
Then the answer is 3.73.
3.73. If you click SD, yes? Yes, did you get 3.73?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Now, Ndebo, normally, if you're calculating for this and your calculator gave you an answer like that, don't do this part, okay? Leave it as 2 plus the square root of 3 because that's a more accurate answer than us rounding off. You got me?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done. Very well done. Funzo, let's do the last one over here. Now, in this one, you can punch it into your calculator exactly the way it is. We don't have to do too many funny things. Puseletso, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
I must read you. Okay, what is 10 of 60? How much is 10 of 60?
10 of 60 is square root of 3.
Good. So I'm going to get square root of 3 plus 10 of 15.
2 minus the square root of 3.
Good. 2 minus the square root of 3. So what we're going to do here is you're going to click AC on your calculator and you're going to go square root of 3 plus 2 minus the square root of 3. And your answer is going to be?
2.
2. Good. Because my square root of 3's will cancel. Square root of 3 minus square root of 3 leaves me with just 2. Very well done. That's it. That's what I was looking for. Well done, Puseletso. Excellent stuff. All right, Funzo, I see your answer in the chat. I'll come back to you guys. Are we taking a screenshot of this part? Which part are we taking a screenshot of? The first part, the very top part. Okay. All right, you've got 10 seconds, young lady. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Skip a few. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, okay. Yes, I skipped a few. All right, remember, Michael, we spoke about spam in the chat. Remember, answer a question only once. All right. Now, this is only for finding ratios. It's easy for us to just pick up a calculator and go 10 of 60. It's nice even because the calculator just gives me the answer. But now what happens if I want to find the angle? If I want to find the angle on my calculator. Now, I was clicking sine of the angle and my calculator was giving me the answer. Now I'm saying sine of some angle would give me the answer a half. Okay. If you looked at the questions we did before, you would tell me that theta is equal to 30 degrees because we just did it. We found out up top here, we found out over here that sine of 30 is equal to a half. So if I wanted to know what the theta over here is, it's 30 degrees. But if we don't know what it's going to be, like over here with cos of 3 over 4, we need to do a little something called a shift angle, okay, or a shift angle. I love it. It's going to be my new TikTok trend. I'm going to call it the shift tangle. I don't know how to dance to save my life, but I'm shift tangling all the way to trigonometry, guys. I'm not even going to lie. All right. I know. All right. So what we're going to do, guys, on our calculator is we're going to click on shift. You're going to click shift first. And then after you click shift, you're going to click sign. And then your calculator is going to open a bracket. Okay, as soon as your calculator opens a bracket, you're going to put this number in. You're going to put 1/2. Close brackets equals. Tell me, what does your calculator give you? Yes, Ndiabo.
Ma'am, I'm just asking a question. When my calculator, so when I press shift and then I press it gives me say negative, the to the power of -1 and then a bracket.
Yes, yes, that's what I was hoping for. I was going to
Okay.
explain what just happened. Okay, your calculator is going to do this. It's going to go sin to the power of -1. It looks like that, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it does. So that is actually, that's how we find the angle. Now, we're going to name this, guys. We need to name this. This thing that does this, sine to the -1, this thing is called arcsine. Okay, it's called arcsine. It's the inverse of what we do when we're looking for the ratios. Okay, so sine to the power of -1, that is arcsine, and that will give you the angle. So arcsine gives us the angle. Okay, it gives us the angle. Okay, and when I write this down, guys, because I need to write it down in a way that my teacher is going to be able to read it, I'm going to write it like this. I'm going to go theta is equal to, and as soon as I take the sign over to that sign, it's going to become arcsine. So I'm going to write theta is equal to sine of -1, open brackets, 1/2, close brackets. And then you can go, therefore, theta is equal to 30 what? What do we need to measure this in? 30? What are we measuring angles in, guys? Tell me in the chat. 30 degrees. Good. So we need to draw that little degree sign. Otherwise, you're just telling me that theta is a number. Okay, Shaden, I know that you were a bit confused, but do you see how we found an answer for theta? Theta is an angle. It's a 30-degree angle. Ah, see, now Lihle's calculator is not in degrees. So it's very important that you get it in degrees. Teacher Nels, can I ask you to just DM Lihle and help her with that? Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. Period with a t at the end. Yes. Theta is an angle. Okay. Theta is an angle, and the way we find the angle is by clicking shift tangle. Shift tangle. I told you guys. I'm gonna make a trend. I swear. Okay. Now let's look at cos. Cos of theta is equal to 3/4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my calculator, click into your calculator, shift tangle. That's it. Shift cos. And your calculator is going to do that -1 thing, open bracket. And in there, you're going to give me a 3. You're going to put 3/4, close bracket, equals. Now, when I write it in my book, I'm going to go theta is equal to arc cos. It's called arc cos, but we write cos to the -1 of 3/4. Therefore, theta is equal to 41,40 degrees. Okay, I am loving how I'm going to be famous with this shift angle, I swear. Kama, what's up?
Sorry, ma'am. So for the cos to the negative exponent thingy, aren't you are you not allowed to have like a negative exponent? Like, don't you have to convert that at some point?
Okay, it's not actually a negative exponent. Okay.
Okay.
It's not a negative exponent. It's just how we express that we're looking for the angle instead of the ratio. Okay.
Oh.
Let me show you what's actually happening up top here. So when we get this answer, this 0,59, what this tells me about sine is if I have a triangle like this, and the bottom of my triangle looks like that, and I know that this angle down here is 50 degrees. The sine of my angle, I'm going to take 0.59 and I'm going to turn it into a fraction. This is going to be 59 over 100. What
Yes.
sine of 50 has actually told me? Remember, saw tells me that sine is opposite
Over opposite.
hypotenuse, right? So that
Yes.
means my opposite side is equal to 59. And what is my hypotenuse equal to?
100.
That's it. It's equal to 100. So when I click just sine, my calculator is giving me the ratios of these two sides. But
Yes,
when I
ma'am.
click shift sign, I'm telling my calculator that I have 59 over 100. Calculator, tell me what this angle is. And then your angle is going to be, your calculator will tell you your angle is 50, comma. Your calculator will tell you what
Gosh.
the answer is.
Yo, stress.
It's
So
not that
fun.
bad. Think about the one that we just did where you said that sine of 30 is equal to a
A
half.
half. Yes.
So now if I said to my calculator, sine of theta is equal to a half. What my calculator says is, okay, she's looking for the angle over here, theta. She's telling me
Yeah.
that her opposite side is 1 and her hypotenuse side is 2. And then your
Mhm.
calculator, comma, this angle is
Yeah.
actually. That's what your
Yeah.
calculator. It's giving you the answer to the angle in relation to the ratio that you've given it. Okay, does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Like mind blown. Excellent.
Your
Okay.
mind tired. That's what it is. Ooh,
I'm sorry.
good. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
it's good though. All right, thanks, my sweetie. Shaden says, let me tell you, I hate rounding off. That's why we don't leave things in decimal form. I know it's difficult. So what the same thing I just explained to, I really want to call her Nomaza. I'm so sorry. Okay, the same thing I just explained to Kama. This cos of 3 over 4, this is what my calculator is doing. It's going, okay. So you guys have given me, this is my angle theta. You guys have given me that my adjacent side, because remember cos is A over H, adjacent over hypotenuse. My adjacent side is 3, my hypotenuse side is 4, and then your calculator says, guys, your angle over here is actually 41.4 degrees. That's what your calculator is doing. It's giving you the answer for the decimal. Okay. Now, before we even go all the way to number 4, wait, because it's going to be deep. Asipe, what's up?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, my sweetie.
Yes, ma'am. Over here, ma'am, I'd like to ask, ma'am, it's 41.409, ma'am. Don't we round off?
We
the
should
zero?
have. Yes, we should have. I was just going off everyone's answer in the chat. So it is 41.41. Yes, you're correct. Well done, my sweetie.
Thank
That's
you,
what
ma'am.
I'm. Excellent stuff. All right, we're going to do the same thing for arctan, guys. Arctan, you're going to click again in your calculator, shift tan. You're going to click shift. Let me do a different color. Shift tan, and your calculator is immediately going to go tan to the -1. And you're going to open brackets and you're going to put a 1 there and you're going to click equals and your calculator is going to go 45. That's it. It's going to give me 45. Okay, so when I write it down in my book, I need to go theta is equal to arc tan. Ooh, I can actually write arc tan, but I won't do that. I'm going to write it the way my calculator does. Theta is equal to arc tan of 1. And when I get my answer, therefore, theta is equal to 45 degrees. Okay, now, oh, his name's changed back, Teacher Nels. Could you please change it for him? All right, over here, guys. Okay, let's say we've got 2 sine theta is equal to 2. Now, if I replace my sine theta over here with an x, if I replace it with x, I'm going to have 2x is equal to 2. How would I get rid of this 2 over here, guys? How would I get rid of this? I know you guys know. How would I get rid of it? Divide. That's it, Mawande. I would divide by 2. Divide by 2 on both sides. So this will cancel. So we're going to do the exact same thing over here. We're going to take 2 sine theta and we're going to divide this side by 2. and we're going to divide this side by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I will then have sine of theta is equal to 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then because I want my angle, I'm going to shift angle for my shift angle. I'm going to go theta is equal to arc sine of of 1, not of -1, of 1. And therefore, theta is equal to, give me an answer for theta in the chat, everybody. Therefore, theta is equal to what? That's beautiful. Asipa, Zudine, Amy, I see you guys. That's it. My answer is theta is equal to 90. All right.